Have you ever helped someone and they never said thank you? Have you ever given everything to people and they asked for more? Have you ever been so kind, so generous, so good that people started using you? There's a painful truth that kind people learn too late. Being good doesn't always protect you. Sometimes it destroys you. You say yes when you want to say no. You help when you're exhausted. You give until there's nothing left. And people, they don't respect your kindness. They exploit it. And the worst part, when you finally say no, when you finally set boundaries, they call you selfish, cold, mean. But what if I told you that being kind without being strategic is the most dangerous trap you can fall into? Today, I want to share the story of a man whose kindness knew no limits. A man who gave so much that he was left with nothing. And the hard, shocking truth he discovered about being too good. If you've ever felt used, exhausted, or taken for granted, this story will hit close to home. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by hills and streams, there lived a man named Ethan. Known for his kindness, he had a smile that warmed hearts, hands always ready to help, and a heart that never said no. If someone needed money, Ethan gave it. If someone needed time, he listened for hours. If someone needed help, he was there, lifting, fixing, carrying, doing whatever it took. Everyone admired him, or so he thought. But inside, Ethan felt empty. Every night he collapsed into bed, muscles aching, heart heavy, wondering, why do I feel so weak when I give so much? One sweltering morning, his neighbor Mr. Harrison knocked. "Ethan, can you fix my roof today?" Ethan's back ached. He had spent the week helping others. He wanted rest, yet looking into Mr. Harrison's hopeful eyes, he couldn't say no. Under the blazing sun, he worked all day. Blisters formed on his hands, sweat drenched his clothes, and his body screamed for rest. When he finished, Mr. Harrison casually said, "Good job. Same time next week. I need the fence fixed too." No thanks. No offer to help. Just another request. That night, Ethan lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Why don't they appreciate me? Why do they keep asking for more? Days later, his friend Robert borrowed money again. Ethan hesitated but lent it anyway. Months passed. Robert never mentioned it. When Ethan finally asked, Robert snapped, "What? I thought we were friends. Friends don't keep track of these things." Ethan felt a knife twist in his chest. The more he gave, the less he was respected. His kindness, once a source of pride, had become a chain. One evening, Ethan sat alone by the river, feeling broken. An old merchant passed by and sat beside him. "You look like a man who gives everything and receives nothing," said the merchant. Ethan looked up surprised. "How did you know?" "Because I see it in your eyes. You think being good means saying yes to everyone. But tell me, how do you feel?" "Exhausted, empty, used," Ethan admitted. "That's because you've been giving without wisdom," the merchant said. "Kindness without strategy is self-destruction. Being good is a gift, but giving blindly can destroy you." "But helping people is right, isn't it?" Ethan asked. "Yes," said the merchant, "but not everyone deserves your help. Not every request deserves your yes. When you help everyone, your help loses meaning. When you are always available, people stop valuing your time. When you never say no, people stop respecting your yes." Ethan's mind raced. So what should I do? Be kind, but be strategic. Help, but choose who. Give, but protect yourself. Your goodness is precious. Don't waste it on those who don't appreciate it.
The very next morning, Mr. Harrison knocked again. "Ethan, ready to fix my fence?" For the first time, Ethan took a deep breath and said, "No, my body needs rest. You'll have to find someone else." Mr. Harrison was shocked. What? But you promised. I'm tired, Ethan said calmly. I've worked enough for you. You'll need to find help elsewhere. That night, Ethan slept with a sense of freedom he hadn't felt in years. Days later, Robert asked for money again. Ethan calmly said, "No." Robert's eyes widened. "What? Come on, Ethan. You've always helped me." Ethan smiled faintly. "I have changed. I am no longer kind to those who don't respect my kindness." At the next village meeting, the villagers discussed building a new well. As usual, everyone expected Ethan to do all the work alone. This time, he stood. "I've helped this village for years," he said steadily. "I've built, fixed, and given without asking for anything in return. But from now on, things will change. I will help, but not alone. I will give my time, but it must be respected. I will be kind, but only to those who value kindness." The villagers were shocked, some ashamed, others angry. But Ethan didn't care anymore. He had learned the truth. Being good doesn't mean being weak, it means being wise. Weeks passed. People who once took Ethan for granted began treating him differently. Mr. Harrison nodded respectfully. Robert greeted him politely. And when villagers asked for help, they offered something in return: money, labor, gratitude. One day, a young farmer, Daniel, approached Ethan. "I need help with my barn," Daniel said, "but I'll pay you, and I'll help you with anything you need." Ethan saw something rare: respect. "All right," he said, smiling. "Let's work together." For the first time in years, Ethan felt his kindness was valued. He realized true kindness isn't giving endlessly, it's giving wisely. Months later, the merchant returned, finding Ethan peacefully by the river. "You've changed," the merchant said knowingly. "I have," Ethan replied. "I used to think being good meant giving everything to everyone. Now I know real goodness is strategic. It's about helping the right people at the right time in the right way." "And how do you feel now?" the merchant asked. Ethan looked at the sky, calm and free. "I feel liberated. I'm still kind, but I am no longer a victim of my own kindness. I protect my energy, choose wisely, and my goodness is a gift, not a burden." If you've ever been the person who always says yes, who always gives, who always helps, hear this. Kindness is not weakness, but kindness without boundaries can destroy you. Set limits, protect your energy, say no when your heart screams no. Give to those who appreciate it, not to those who exploit it. One person who respects your kindness is worth more than 100 who take advantage. Being kind is beautiful, but being strategically kind is powerful.